Some SUVs in 2025 are money traps, while others are smart buys that last long. In this video, you'll see 3 of the worst you must avoid and 4 of the best worth every penny. Stay tuned. The last one may surprise you. First, 3 worst SUVs. The first SUV on this list is the Jeep Wrangler, and it may surprise some people because it has such a strong image as an off-road SUV. But when people talk about reliability, comfort, and long-term ownership, the 2025 Wrangler is one of the worst SUVs you can pick, and here's why. Consumer Reports and other reliability surveys have given the Wrangler one of the lowest scores in the entire SUV market for 2025, scoring around 27 out of 100, which puts it at the bottom of the charts. The problems are not limited to just one area, they spread across multiple systems, and that's what makes it so concerning. Owners have reported issues with the engine stalling or misfiring, suspension components wearing out early, and steering that feels loose and unsteady. On top of that, body hardware and electronics keep showing up as problem points, meaning you could face annoying failures like windows, locks, or infotainment systems breaking down before the SUV even gets old. Another reason it ends up on the worst list is how it behaves on regular roads. The Wrangler is built for off-roading, but most buyers actually use it as a daily driver, and on highways and city streets, the ride feels rough, bouncy, and loud compared to other SUVs in the same price range. That makes long trips tiring and less enjoyable. Even though Jeep tried to improve safety in the latest version, crash test ratings have not been outstanding, especially in side impact protection. Add to this the below-average fuel economy, which means you will spend more on gas compared to many mid-size SUVs that give you better comfort and fewer headaches. When looking at recalls, the Wrangler has had several in recent years for issues like frame welds, suspension parts, and even fire risks. These are not small problems. They can affect safety and long-term durability. For 2025, complaints are still piling up about reliability, so it's not just past years carrying forward, it's a continuing trend. Even if you love the style and the open-air driving with removable doors and roof, you cannot ignore the long list of mechanical and electrical issues that owners keep reporting. Buying an SUV at this price, you expect dependability, but instead, you are more likely to face repeated visits to the dealer, expensive repairs, and frustration when your vehicle spends more time in the shop than on the road. In short, the Jeep Wrangler looks exciting and has unbeatable off-road ability. But when the question is about value for everyday use and long-term, the 2025 Wrangler clearly falls short. That's why experts keep ranking it at the bottom and why it earns its place as one of the worst SUVs you can buy in 2025. Number 2. Mazda CX-90 PHEV. The Mazda CX-90 PHEV looks sharp on the outside and Mazda sells it as a premium family SUV. But when you dig deeper, many owners and reviewers have already pointed out reasons why this 3-row plug-in hybrid may not be the best choice in 2025. Consumer Reports has rated Mazda reliability higher than some rivals in the past, but early reports on this CX-90 show a different story. Owners have described rough gear shifts, laggy acceleration, and an overall driving feel that does not match Mazda's usual smooth reputation. These are not isolated one-off comments. They appear in multiple reviews and early consumer surveys, so shoppers need to be aware. Drivers report that once it switches over to gas, fuel economy drops sharply and the big SUV feels underpowered. That combination leaves people frustrated because they expected better range and savings. The CX-90 also struggles with space and comfort, which is surprising for a vehicle meant to carry families. The third row is cramped, with limited legroom and harder access than many rivals. On long trips, that can become a real issue, especially when compared with options like the Toyota Grand Highlander that offers more usable seating. For families who buy an SUV for practicality, this is a major drawback. Ride quality is also worth mentioning. The CX-90 has been criticized for being stiff and bouncy, which makes it less comfortable on rough roads. Combine that with wind and road noise entering the cabin, and it doesn't deliver the quiet premium feel many expected from a brand new flagship SUV. Finally, value is a big issue. The CX-90 PHEV comes with a higher price tag, yet many reviews say it doesn't justify the cost because of its real-world efficiency, limited interior usability, and questionable long-term dependability. That means buyers may pay more upfront without getting more in return, which is a serious downside in this competitive SUV segment. The next SUV on this list is the Ford Escape Hybrid and also the plug-in hybrid version. And the reason it ends up in the worst category for 2025 is because multiple sources and owners are reporting serious problems that make it risky to buy. Consumer Reports has already given it one of the lowest reliability scores of any SUV, around 21 out of 100, which is a clear warning sign because that puts it near the bottom of the rankings. They even removed it from their recommended vehicles list, which shows how much confidence was lost in this model. Owners have complained about the powertrain not working as expected, with issues like battery problems, rough or delayed acceleration, and transmission troubles that create a jerky driving feel. These problems don't just appear once in a while. They have been mentioned enough times that experts are taking them seriously. The infotainment system has also been a big frustration, with the touchscreen being slow to respond and sometimes freezing. On top of that, there have been several recalls on the 2025 Escape, including faulty rear-view cameras, instrument cluster failures, and even problems with engine parts like cylinder heads that can lead to leaks. All of this builds a picture of an SUV that might seem attractive on paper, but ends up being a headache in real life. Many buyers also feel that the Escape Hybrid is not giving them good value for the price, since it costs more than a regular gas SUV, but still comes with more potential issues and lower resale value. That means you might spend more at the dealership and still face higher repair bills. For families looking for long-term dependability, this is exactly the kind of SUV to avoid in 2025, which is why it earns its spot here. And now for the 4 best SUVs to buy in 2025. Number 1 is the Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid, and for many buyers, it's one of the smartest SUVs you can choose in 2025. Right away you notice it's huge, 3 rows of seats with roomy space, even for taller people in the back. But it isn't just about size. Under the hood, it has a hybrid system that combines gasoline and electric motors in a way that keeps things quiet and smooth when driving around town or cruising on the highway. Many owners say they get good fuel economy in real conditions, not only in perfect test conditions, but when taking groceries or luggage everywhere. Another thing people like is how comfortable it feels. The ride is soft over bumps and the seats are plush without being unstable or noisy. You don't feel tossed around on rough roads. That matters a lot when you drive daily or long distances. The tech inside doesn't try to be flashy. Instead, it works well. The touchscreen, the driver assist features like adaptive cruise and lane keep assist, all come standard or on many trims, so you get safety without a huge upsell. Reliability is another strong point. Toyota has a long reputation for making vehicles that last, and the Grand Highlander Hybrid is said to have average or slightly above average reliability relative to most SUVs, especially large hybrids. It hasn't had major recalls that affect safety for this vehicle in 2025. Cost of ownership tends to be reasonable over time because the hybrid parts Toyota uses are backed by good support and dealerships. Value-wise, it may cost more upfront than smaller hybrids, but many feel you get your money back because you spend less on fuel, repairs, and will hold better resale value. For people who want comfort, reliability, and space, this is the kind of SUV that pays off. Number 2. Kia EV9. The Kia EV9 2025 is one of the most attention-grabbing electric SUVs because it blends size, technology, and family practicality in a way very few EVs do. It's a full 3-row electric SUV, which is still rare, and that makes it stand out immediately for buyers who need space but want to move away from gas engines. The design is bold with sharp lines and a wide stance, so it feels advanced without being strange or overly experimental. Inside, the EV9 uses a flat floor and clever seating that gives plenty of room for passengers in all 3 rows while still leaving a usable cargo area. Everyday features like big digital screens and over-the-air updates keep it current without the buyer needing to run back to the dealer often. Reviewers in 2025 point out that Kia tuned the EV9 to balance comfort and tech, so the ride feels composed. Visibility is good for such a large EV, and the cabin stays quiet even on highways. Charging performance is one of the big strengths with fast charging. Capability that can add a large amount of range in a short stop, which matters for families traveling long distances. Kia also priced the EV9 more competitively than some luxury rivals, while still including advanced driver assists like highway driving mode. Real-world owners report the software to be stable and the range to be close to advertised under normal driving, which shows that the EV9 isn't just a showcase concept, but a usable everyday family EV. On the reliability side, it's still new, so long-term data is limited, but Kia has improved battery guarantees, which lowers risk for early adopters. Overall, the EV9 earns its spot on the best list for 2025 because it gives a genuine electric alternative to gas three-row SUVs, with space, features, and range. Number 3. The Volvo XC90 has stayed one of the most trusted luxury family SUVs, and the 2025 model continues that reputation by focusing on comfort, safety, and clean design. It is built for families who want space and a premium feel. Inside the cabin, there are 3 rows of seating with materials that feel high quality but not flashy. The layout is simple and easy to use so drivers and passengers don't get lost in confusing screens or buttons. The ride itself is calm and controlled, which makes long drives feel less tiring and passengers in every row stay comfortable even on rougher roads. Volvo's safety systems are a big reason the XC90 is well regarded. Features like advanced lane keeping, automatic braking, and traffic alerts are not just extras. They come standard, which makes it one of the safest choices for 2025. Fuel options include both mild hybrid and plug-in hybrid setups, which give buyers a way to save fuel while still having the power needed for highway merging. Reviews show that the plug-in hybrid in particular works well for short commutes on electric only, while still offering gas backup for longer drives, which removes range stress. In terms of reliability, the XC90 has shown average to above average results over the years, with wide service availability, which makes it less risky compared to newer untested models. Resale values also tend to hold up better than many luxury competitors because the XC90 has a strong reputation in the used market. One detail to keep in mind is that some owners have reported infotainment glitches in past years, but software updates have improved stability. Number 4. Subaru Outback. The Subaru Outback has built a strong reputation over the years as a reliable and versatile SUV, and the 2025 model continues that same formula in a way that keeps it one of the most practical choices on the road. It is not about flash or heavy luxury, but about everyday usability, comfort, and dependability. The Outback's design blends a raised ride height with standard all-wheel drive, which makes it easy to handle different road conditions, whether it's city potholes, rainy highways, or rougher rural roads. Inside, the cabin feels open and functional, with wide seating and solid cargo space that works well for families, outdoor trips, or just daily drives. The infotainment system is straightforward with a big screen, but still has physical controls that make it easy to adjust things while driving without distraction. One of the biggest strengths of the 2025 Outback is safety, since Subaru continues to include its EyeSight driver assist package, which has adaptive cruise, lane keeping, and pre-collision braking as standard. In terms of engines, the Outback offers a balanced mix with a base 4-cylinder for efficiency and a stronger turbocharged option for buyers who want more power for highway merging and carrying loads. Reviews in 2025 show the Outback delivers smooth handling with a comfortable ride rather than a stiff or sporty one, which is exactly what most family drivers want. Reliability has been a consistent advantage with Subaru, and maintenance costs are usually lower than many competitors in the same segment. Resale values also stay strong because buyers continue to look for Outbacks on the used market due to their known durability. One thing to note is that the turbo engine can use more fuel under heavy driving, but for most owners the trade-off of power and capability is worth it.